potentiometers we just looked at. This, as you might guess, is what is pressed when you click the SPEN button. From here, we'll move on to the nib and coil. You can see that the actual nib itself is just a small piece of plastic. When this is pressed, the part that actually moves is the coil assembly. This is where the pressure sensitivity comes into play. As we saw in the last video, the coil here is what picks up the electromagnetic field coming from your note device. I can't tell from looking here where the energy picked up from the coil is stored, but considering the relatively small amount of power required by the SPEN, it's likely stored in the capacitor somewhere here in the circuit board. You can probably tell from looking here that what goes on in the SPEN is actually relatively simple. The real power behind the SPEN's functionality is the Wacom dual digitizer that sits behind the screen in whatever device you may be using. The SPEN circuit uses the energy it receives from the electromagnetic field to start up. The coil here pressed the button and sensitive to potentiometry, though you shouldn't need to do this unless you're having problems. Now let's get down to what we're all here for and start exploring the internals of the SPEN. First, we'll look at the button right next to the potentiometers we just looked at. This, as you might guess, is what's pressed when you click the SPEN button. From here, we'll move on to the nib and coil. You can see that the actual nib itself is just a small piece of plastic. When this is pressed, the part that actually moves is the coil assembly. This is where the pressure sensitivity comes into play. As we saw in the last video, the coil here is what picks up the electromagnetic field coming from your note device. I can't tell from looking here where the energy picked up from the coil is stored, but considering the relatively small amount of power required by this, it's likely stored in the capacitor somewhere in the circuit. You can probably tell from looking at what goes on in the SPEN is actually relatively simple. The real power behind the SPEN is the Wacom dual digitizer that sits behind the screen in whatever device you may be using. The SPEN circuit uses the energy it receives from the electromagnetic field to start oscillating and return its own magnetic signal. The digitizer then determines the SPEN's position relative to itself by plotting the points on its own internal grid. This dual digitizer is also what allows the Note 2, for example, to receive both standard capacitive signals like you touching the screen and the electromagnetic resonance from the SPEN. Now you might wonder if this wastes battery life. The answer is kind of. It doesn't take a lot of juice to power the relatively small unit needed for the SPEN, but at least in Note 2, you can turn this off by using the battery saver. This turns on the PMR portion of the digitizer when the SPEN is seen in its full screen or whatever you'd like to call it. Speaking of this, in the comments from the last video, somebody asked how the device can tell when the SPEN
Sandy, kabalo ko mo tayo kani? Nakasog ni Maragan? Ako, kabalo ko mo tayo. Kabalo ka na, wala, patay. May kontra, patay. Buhang nga dito eh. Sandy, may kontra. Wala, ito na dito. Ang motor na lang ta. Sandy, pwede ka magmotor? Pwede ka magmotor? Ali, magmotor ta. Alik na ako dali. Dali na. Ako pa dali na.